Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Craft the World. And as you can see, my guys are harvesting some wood here. They've been doing that for a little while now, so they got a fair amount of it. We're going to need a lot of it, to be honest, so they're not quite done yet. They're going to get all the stuff that's here, and then I am going to have them go up one more level, because not only do we need the wood for the traps, but now we need the wood for actually crafting stuff. And when you craft things, you go through resources really quick, especially when you're trying to level, because you need to make a lot of the stuff. And because the traps go through our wood even quicker, the two combined just basically means if you spent 10 minutes mining wood once every level, then you need to do like 30 minutes or 40 minutes, which is almost the entire level, or in between the wave, so that you can get as much wood as you need, so that you can recoup fast enough from the traps alone, but also be able to put a little bit of the wood, or at least a whole bunch of the wood, into, you know, leveling your skill up a little bit. So why I remember that one guy that we didn't give anything to, and I kind of like almost not having him have a pickaxe, because it seems when he doesn't have one or an axe, he's more liable to go do other things that don't have to do with you know, mining and stuff like that. So in a sense, it's almost a good thing. But we're gonna go ahead and give you archery skill, even though that was probably not a good idea, but we'll see. You already have a warrior skill. Now when I first start off, I try to get them all the right skills, and then from then on, if I have any doubles, I'll either save them in the case they die, which actually tends to happen quite a bit, or then eventually what I always wanted to do was give them the books so they could level 1 faster, but I never really got to that point. They usually died way too quickly, unfortunately, and it's kind of sad that happened. But what is over here? It looks like a feather maybe, and like some leaves. So there's just gonna be at least one more guy who comes over here. Now I was sitting here while they were mining the stuff, and I was just listening to the backdrop music, and it's actually really cool. So I'm gonna stop talking for a few seconds here, and you guys can listen to like the dripping of the water. It's very relaxing, right, guys? I mean, yeah, I'm talking real quiet just in case you turn your speakers up, but I'll go ahead and go back to my regular voice now. It's very relaxing. Like, I was sitting here thinking, I'm like, that's kind of beautiful. I like that. I mean, some people may be like, that sounds very, like, dank and depressing or whatever, but I've always loved the sound of rain. I can sit there and listen to rain on pretty much any surface, and it just sounds absolutely beautiful to me. And maybe it's because I grew up in a city, that I love rain so much, because after it rains, the air is so much cleaner. It's not even like funny. It's actually kind of depressing that the rest of the time it's so dirty that I can tell such a huge difference when it actually rains. That you can smell it in the air. It's that smell of like the dirt kind of being picked up by the wind, and the change with moisture in the air. I don't know what it is, but you can smell it in the air. You can feel the change, and you know it's going to rain. At least I can, and I find it highly one of the best sensations that you could possibly have with nature. And so anytime I can hear that sound, like I used to hear these stories. I don't know if it was ever true, but they're like people who lived in Seattle had a higher suicide rate because it constantly rained, and that did something to your psyche. For me, the exact opposite would be true. Like, I could listen to rain every day of the week and still never get tired of it. And I'm sure some of you guys are like, yeah, you get tired of it eventually. No, I don't think I would. That's how much I enjoy it. Now, the heat, yeah, I get tired of that. The cold, I like, but I do get tired of that. That, you know, towards the end of winter, if it's been a really cold year, and we don't get too many of them down here, but occasionally we'll get, you know, a pretty cold winter. And by cold, I mean like below freezing, barely. That's about as cold as it ever gets. We don't get snow or anything like that, but we'll get a few days here and there below freezing. The rest of the year, or the rest of the time, it'd be like 30 or 40, or never really that low. But, you know, some people, they love the snow and they love the cold weather so much that they move to a region that literally is frozen, you know, not 3/4 of the year. So, you know, I like the rain, and preferably one day I would love to move someplace where it just rained all the time. That would be awesome. I'm not really a big fan of Seattle. Nothing against it. I just don't find the structures and things of that sort that they have there all that appealing. I've never been there myself, so maybe I would love the city if I ever, you know, decided to take a trip. But I don't know, really the only vision I have of Seattle is from the movies, so I'm sure there's a lot more to it. Like, they've shown Houston a few times in a few movies. In fact, if any of you guys seen like ID4, they blow it up. And like, I drive down that road, you know, once a week, sometimes more. It's funny to see it in the movies. They don't really show Houston all that much unless they're showing like NASA, and NASA's like a very small section way off in its own little. You came over here again, didn't you guys? I had you up to full life, every single one of you, and you decided to come over here. Well, I guess as long as they don't come after you, I'm perfectly fine with it. And I do like the voice that they got for this guy. I don't know who they got for the voice acting or how they came up with that. It's pretty creepy. Like, it's like echoey and hollow, but at the same time it like reverberates over and over and over again in your head. That's pretty good. I like it. That's kind of the voice I would expect to hear in a movie or something like that, for like the creepy like demon type creature. You guys could have stayed up there, but instead you're coming over here and you're pressing your luck. Yeah, you're pressing your luck, man. It's one thing to shoot them from afar. It's quite another thing to say, I'm gonna walk right up to you, I'm gonna shoot you, and there's not a thing you can do about it because you're that stupid. That's, you know, no, not a good idea. Well, oh, because it's daylight. Okay, so he just died because it was daylight. Man, they really want to be over here. I have tons and tons of things for them to do. And I would put down a portal for them, but that would just encourage more of my guys to go over there. And I want the wood more than I want that stuff. We are going to get a little bit more water. Because when you need the water, it's very scarce, it's very hard to get. But if you mine it every time you see it, never fail. When you finally do want it, you have a decent amount to work with. Not a whole lot, but a decent amount. Okay, so we can make some better beds. And I think we're going to do that. These are usually some of the beds that last for a good bit of the time into the game, because finally, by the time you get the next one, you have so much comfort rating from all the crap that you had to build for your house. I shouldn't say crap, but I mean all the stuff that you built for your house gives you so much comfort rating that getting the next bed doesn't seem like that big of a deal, and your guys heal pretty quickly, so you'll stick with this one for some time. I think we have enough fabric, right? I mean, we should. 16, that's, I don't know, that's going to go by pretty quick. So is the wood, and we only have 66 of the wood. That's, let's go ahead and put this down, double click on it. Should have done that before. 8, yeah, I guess 8 would be fine. And that didn't even level us up, man. That uses so much resources, and it didn't even level us up. That's tough. Now let's see, what's the next island we're going to go to? That one only has 25 seconds. Whoa, what happened there? I clicked on my portal and it somehow zapped me across the map. That was obviously not what it intended to do, but that was pretty weird. Let's go ahead. Oh, you know what it did? It was zapping me over here because the guy's about to spawn. Yeah, that's what it was. It just happened to be at the exact moment I click on the portal. Let's see if he's still happy. He's orange. Come on, you were happy. That was silver. Is it, you're a little punk, man. What do I got to do to keep you happy? Maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe that's his happy dance. But he didn't drop anything, and he does not look happy. Oh, I so want to kill this guy. I do. I want to see if he's even attackable. I bet he isn't, but if he is, I'm definitely, before I beat this level, no doubt about it, if he's attackable, I am building so many towers. I don't care if every piece of my mithril has to go towards that. I'm going to kill that guy just to see what happens. But I'm pretty sure it's not going to be a thing. I doubt we're actually going to be able to attack him. But we'll see. We'll see. We might get lucky and get some really cool footage of something that most people probably don't care. Like, if he's not attacking you and destroying you, most people are probably like, I don't care about that. We can come over here and get some other stuff on the side as well. But to do that, we'd have to actually either build a ladder out here or a bridge. And I wouldn't want to use a long bridge like that because chances of them falling, even on the concrete ones, increases with every step. So not really wanting to build one that far. And I would have to do it for every single one of them, or build stairs down or something like that to connect those. So no, I would just use a portal, but it would be a waste of a portal. There's quite a bit of wood over here we can still come over here and get, and nice amount of stone. And I think I might actually come over here and mine that at some point as well. Let's see, you guys are finally starting to come over here. Put down another couple portals. Let's see, a little bit of water up here, a little bit more wood as well. And they've gotten everything of consequence up here that I want. The wood is starting to grow again over here. And by the time they finish this, probably going to be ready for another wave. Let me see, what can I build now? We can build some furniture, I think. Large table, we do need some of these. The larger tables I have to come back to less often to actually put down the food. And at some point, you get really wrapped up in the game, and you, or at least for me, I forget to come back as often as necessary. And I've actually come back so few times that having like 4 or 5 of these tables plus the earlier tables, nearly every single one of them is empty. And I know they're like just a few minutes away from actually starting to, you know, go down in their food. I mean, because they're full on it because they have so much of it around them. But if you wait too long, you know, of course they're going to start getting really hungry. And then after they get hungry, that's when they start starving. So it does take a little while to go down that path. But from what I've noticed, unless the comfort rating is really high, they very rarely come over here to eat unless they're absolutely starving. Like if I click on this guy, you'll see now he's full because he had like 4 meals right there, which is not too common. You usually don't see them eat that much. Let's see, we need to put a little bit more down. These guys snore so loud. I don't know how they would ever get any rest. It's crazy. That's a lot of snoring, guys. A lot of snoring. Let's go ahead and put a portal down. Help these guys out a little bit. They can get back a little faster when they make stuff. Because getting them down here in the first place is pretty rare because this is how far away it is. They have to come this whole path down here. And I wish I could just connect this side. In fact, I should. I think I will. I think I will connect this side over here. I don't know why I waited so long. Other than the fact that now they're going to have to climb up this little area before they can get down there. I guess we're going to kill this. I should have let him finish. Dang it, I knew better than that. Why did I do that? Anytime you tell them to attack, they immediately drop everything they're doing and they have to start all over again. At least you got them down here, I guess. It's the benefit of doing that. At least they're in the general vicinity. We do need to make some more torches before I forget. Should we make some slime ones instead? Where are my slime torches? Do I not have any? Is that a later? Oh no, they're right next to it. Okay. Bones. How many bones do I have? I wouldn't be able to do very many of those either. I don't have very much slime. No, I'd rather use these. I can make 220 of these, but yeah, I don't really want to use that many. So we'll do 16 for now. Let's put one here. We need to put some more lights up here as well because I know this is just too dark. Let's do this. A little bit darker here than I would like. I would like to take out one of these traps, ideally, eventually. What about right here? And we'll do some lights. Thought I had put a couple over here already, but I guess maybe it didn't get put down. Maybe it was during one of those phases where I was telling people they couldn't leave, and I waited too long and it just never got put back up. Let me get some of these crystals. These are used later on in the game for potions and things of that sort. So it does pay again to kind of pick them up when you see them, because they don't spawn. They don't appear on the map at a time you can kind of time it and be like, okay, in this one spot I'm gonna get this crystal. Well, no, anywhere down below the surface you can get any one of the crystals, and it could be on any one of the spots that's not taken by something. So it has to be an area that has enough light, but not too much from what I've noticed. If it has too much light, they don't seem to spawn that often, but not enough light to kind of hamper it. It also needs to be clear of like caterpillars, I think, and definitely the little green vines or the man-eating traps or whatever. If it's there, it's not gonna... we're gonna put down another portal here. It's not gonna work for you. So let's see, what else do we need to make? We can make some couches, some potted flowers. I guess we could try some of these. No, I need planks for that. What about the potted flowers? Clay crockpot? We have 7 of those, so yeah, we might as well. We have enough water, I think. 117, and dirt. Yeah, we have plenty of dirt. It's about time we get rid of that stuff. And leaves, we really don't use for very much right now. In potions, they kind of play a part. So let's see, we can make 7 of those. We're going to do that, and we're going to... Tech tree, nice. Close it for now. We're going to drag this down here. and get rid of that stone. We don't really need that. Now, what are we on now? Leather armor. Okay, we are going to make some of that. Oh, crap. We can't do that one yet. We have to do bricks, don't we? Bricks, dyes, fabric, paper, and steel. Well, steel is going to be very, very handy, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's see. Will it do it side to side? Yep, it will do it diagonally. So let's go ahead and put that on there. How many are we going to make? You know what? I think we're going to make all of it. All of it, but say 2, because you do want a little bit of iron ore. In fact, I probably should have done more than just that amount, because actually I'll have 3. Okay, that's not too bad. We'll stick with 3. Because you do use just iron ore and other resources, other things. Paper, well, it's not really something. No, we're going to do dyes. Dyes is used in a lot of stuff. Let's see, berries. How much of this do we have? 157. We have plenty of that. And water we have plenty of right now as well. So let's do that. And that's going to level us up right there. So we'll hold off on doing any more than that for now. But they still have to make that stuff, at least the first earlier parts. Some of the, like the dyes, I think that's made immediately. And if I had continued to keep going, it would have leveled us up on that alone. But I don't really like wasting the resource. Wow, I'm getting a little bit of chop right there. There it goes. It's clearing up. Maybe it's because they're actually making stuff down there. Holy crap. This guy appeared, I guess, because it's nighttime. And there he goes. He's just chomping right through my traps. I need to make a few more now. There was actually a few up there that were still empty. Man, I go through so much wood right there. Crap, that sucks. It's like 4 hours worth of getting wood in like 10 seconds. It's ridiculous how much time you have to spend. But that's, you know, just the downside. It definitely promotes you to spend the extra resources. And unable to build here. I wonder why it says. Oh, because there's already stuff there. Definitely tells you to get the mithril and the different resources so you can build those Tesla towers, and then use them effectively so they don't get destroyed, because those are expensive as well to build. And if you are constantly getting destroyed or constantly losing those things, you're gonna regret that. That's not an easy loss to really absorb. So let's come down here. Are they still making stuff? No, they're not making anything down here. Sorry about that, guys. I went ahead and restarted the game because it was getting a little bit more chop there than I would prefer. It happens from time to time, and usually all I do is just exit out of the game, come back into it, and it's starting to work again. So I think occasionally the game either gets so backed up with so many requests and something glitches out during the dwarves moving around and kind of having the same task that they need to do, that it freaks the game out. And just restarting it seems to get rid of all of that and goes back to normal. So I don't know why it does it. It could be have something nothing related to what I just said, or it could be spot on. Who knows? But it does get fairly annoying. Now we are going to put. You know what? We don't really need to put any traps over there. We do need to put some traps over here. Yeah. This is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to put some traps down right over here. I think the big guy might destroy him though. We'll have to see. Hopefully he doesn't, but if he does, that's alright. We can come back and pick up the wood at the very least. Now let's see, did any of this stuff finish? Hopefully not too far away from the level. Nope, they're still making it. They're still making those the iron steel bars or whatever. And then I can make my leather armor. And I don't really have too much leather, but I have enough. And I can always make steel axes and steel pickaxes with the steel that I'm making right now, which will take us over to advanced weaponry. Though you do want to have some steel for this, for the steel swords. Grinding stone, I think, is just iron. You can use just wooden staffs, though, but I believe there's a little bit of steel involved in each one of these, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I had to look at that recipe. And then when we get to firearms, I'm pretty sure that's going to be steel. I mean, it just makes sense that it would be. Iron seems like it would be too weak for the blast of the weapon, so yeah, I think they're going to go with steel. Unless maybe that is the upgrade. Although I would imagine the upgrade at some point would use like gold or things of that sort to give that nice look to it that a lot of people will spend on their weapons, because a weapon is a very personal thing that a lot of people get, and they keep it for generation after generation. So some people will spend a lot of money on it, and so having like silver engraving and gold engraving is not like an uncommon thing to have. And it definitely looks beautiful, because the craftsmanship, whether you like weapons or not, is usually just extraordinary. So they put a lot of time and effort into creating these beautiful designs on there, which is kind of cool. So I think they probably will start with just iron. Let's see, you guys are working down here. Might as well put a portal, help you guys out a little bit. I do like the sound. It's very, you know, it's right on. I mean, it's not too loud, and I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be this constant. But when two of them are going off, kind of like right here, it definitely sounds like it would be, you know, this workshop, this place where they're like smelting stuff. And the only thing it's really missing is that sound of like the flames hitting the water every so often, a little steam, or when they pour in like the molten stuff or whatever, the actual like steel bars when they're pouring it into the mold, like you see in like Terminator, where they lower them down to that liquid stuff. You know, it actually sounds like this bubbling sound and stuff. I doubt that's what it sounds like in real life, but movies are usually somewhat, when they're really, really big, you know, high budget movies, they actually go off and like find out what some of the weirdest stuff that you would just assume that it sounds like that, and that's, you know, I'm not gonna go double check that, but these guys actually do a lot of the time, to make sure they're not criticized by the fanboys that are, you know, like, hey, you got that wrong and stuff like that. That, hey, I work in a steel factory my whole life, and this is what it actually sounds like. So, you know, what they sound like in movies, I mean, it's not a guaranteed, but you're usually pretty accurate. So I tend to accept the sound that I hear in some of those movies is probably what it actually sounds like. I may be completely wrong on that, but I know that I could be completely wrong, so I'm not in my head like, oh no, I'm right. You know, that's the way it sounds, but I'd believe it. And so we're gonna get rid of some of this stone and just replace it with dirt. I like having this little thing, so if they do get in here, they can't get out, and it's kind of like this thing that slows them down and lets my archers get a few more hits on them, and then over here they could just fire. Ideally, that would be the way to go. I don't know if we could ever get them to do that. Hopefully they never even get into this point, and at some point I'll probably chop all this down and just level it off, but for now I think we're fine the way it is. Let's see, you still have not made all of these things to level me up, have you guys? You guys are taking your sweet time on this. This is kind of aggravating. Let's see, how much more do you need? Just a tad bit. I mean, they're already at 80%. I wonder how much percentage I get for every bar. I can't see anymore because it's already done. I should have looked at that. So as soon as they make one more bar, I'm going to go in there and see what we're at. See who's going to finish first. It looks like they're going to finish at the same time, because the one on the left is a little bit higher in his skill. I have to time this just right. There we go. So it is at 81%. So I get 1% for every bar. Let's check that again. No, I'm at 83%. So it's a little bit more than 1%, like 1.5 maybe. Who's getting attacked? Oh, these guys. Can you even get out of here? No, you can't. Well, no wonder you're up here. You guys were probably sitting up here until they decided to attack. You guys were probably up here for quite some time. Come on, dude. You know you want to go home. You know you all want to go home. 4 guys? No wonder things were going so slow. Crap. I can't believe I let them up here for so long. Let's go back down. Now, we do need to feed this guy again. I'm thinking, let's see. What am I thinking? Man, we could try some crystals, but they're so difficult to get. I really want to do that. Bones, on the other hand, I really don't use all that often. Yeah, let's give them bones. You can take some bones and some... bones and what? Bones and... Oh, I hate to do it, but I'll give you some water. That sucks. I don't really want to give you any water. But maybe you're thirsty. Maybe after crunching down all those bones, you need some water to wash it down with. Can I build something right here above it? I could literally put something right here above it? Let me see. Yeah, I guess I could. I guess I could trap it in. I guess it wouldn't really matter, though, because he's so big and he shows up on the backdrop. What if you cover the backdrop? Will that stop him from coming out? I wonder if it would. I think it might. Maybe if we're... I doubt it. I mean, because he's supposed to be a big guy and he can destroy the earth. I think when he comes out, he would just destroy your backdrop as well. If you could even build it in the amount of time you would need. I guess if you sent all your dwarves over there the moment he went down, you could probably do it, but oh man, it would take a nice little, you know, exerted effort to do that, and I don't really know if you would really get all that out of it. We're gonna put these potted plants down because we need a little bit more comfort rating for our beds, because as soon as they make these beds, and they actually have, they made one of the beds. Bed's located inside of the shelter, so that's not located inside of the shelter apparently. Do we want to build that there? No, we don't want to build that there. Because I want to have a door here. I want to have a door, so how are we going to do this? What if I put this over here for now? At least until I can change... Yep, there we go. At least until I can change this this area so I can have some of my steel ladders going like straight down right here. Yeah, because I don't mind the steel ladder going through the room, to be honest. And I'll have to get rid of this potted plant later on. But we'll do that. We'll put the ladders down, and I can get rid of this little funky corridor that right now is the best thing I can do for them because I don't have the resources to waste on the ladders, unfortunately. So let's see. Now I can do my leather stuff. Okay, how much can I do those? The 2. I knew I didn't have enough to do this. Dang it. Well, we're gonna make a few pieces because we need it. We definitely need a little bit more armor for some of our guys. They're so weak right now. Like 90% of them. There's a few of them who have some pretty nice stuff, but the other one's not even close. Okay, so we can do the 2 of those. Leather boots. No, we're gonna do steel pickaxes because we should have the resources for this. Wood might be the Achilles heel right now, although still may come up short until we make all of it. So let's do, how many guys do we have? 10. So we want to do 10 of these. There we go. And we can do some axes. Now the axes are usually something I don't ever bother making because it's not something I do a lot of. The wood anyways, I never felt that it was really worth it. But in this one, I'm going to do it because we need it. And we do a fair amount of chopping wood down. So it's definitely going to come in handy. Not quite enough to get us there, so we need a lot more wood. So as soon as they're done, let's put a portal down over here so I can get over here a little quicker as well and back up to base. But as soon as they're done doing all of this, we are going to go ahead and tell them to go upstairs and chop down some more wood. Not upstairs, but way, way above, up here in the beyond. And I do kind of want to, at some point, get enough scaffolding. I don't have enough right now. I'm a little short. You get enough scaffolding to put up here so they can chop down some of these roots. Now somebody told me, I think it was Tamer, could be wrong on that one, somebody told me that when you chop these down you actually get wood out of it. If you get wood, I guess that's still worth it. I would prefer to get roots out of it because roots again are not easily come by. They're fairly hard to get. I mean, you see a lot of them on the map, but once you get those, waiting for more to spawn can be a nightmare, and it just takes a long time. So I usually tend to leave the stuff alone so I get more wood out of it. And at some point when I no longer need the wood, then I'll upgrade and I'll go ahead and start chopping down or getting rid of the roots, because it's not until later on in the game that you need the... Oh crap. Sand fell down. Well, that's not good. Actually, that's fine. We'll build some earth right here. We'll build some earth right here. We'll get rid of this, and that will go ahead and start the little area that we want anyways. I'll put some scaffolding down here, and you guys can go ahead and get rid of all of this as well. In fact, before I do that, I will come up here and get rid of the last of the sand. Now, it already has sand in the background, but the foreground does not. So let's go ahead and build earth. Wait, replace sand. There we go. What is this book right here? Fisher's Book. Increases the speed at which fish are caught. It could be nice to give somebody one of those. I wonder why he won't put this down here. We'll go ahead and pick that up for now. Now, what's our comfort rating? 36? I wonder why it's so low. We're going to lose that trap, I think. I don't know. Actually, I think the trap will fall down. Yep, it sure did. Okay, so go ahead and replace rear sand. I guess they can't get over here. Let's go ahead and take this scaffolding down. Actually, we'll do this real quick. Replace sand. And I will put the scaffolding down over here. At least they can get over here and they can start doing a few of the things that I want them to do. And the only reason I'm replacing the sand, not really to do with looks, although I do like it to look kind of uniform, is mainly because I do need sand. We don't have any glass right now. And you're going to need that later on for a few things. So we can go ahead and start building a few pieces. But I didn't want to really put them on that stuff until I was ready for it, because I do want them to go up and start chopping some wood down fairly soon. So let's put a portal over here, help them out. I do need to start conserving it because we have only 11 power from getting a level 11. So we may run into some issues there. But I think we're going to go ahead and end the episode here, guys. Again, if you do enjoy these videos, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe. Definitely helps grow the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. And I know I say that every time, but I do. I do greatly, you know, appreciate and respect the, the fact that you guys are enjoying the channel. And respect's probably not the right word. I mean, it has nothing to do with respect, really, other than it's very humbling to know that you guys enjoy these videos. And when I first started them out, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it so that when I play these games, I can go back and remember, the times that I played those games, and be like, oh, because I had some really good times playing a lot of games, and your memory is not what it used to be, and you're like, hey, it'd be funny to go back and watch that time I was over in whatever zone and we're doing this, and what happened with that time where we were over here with these dwarves and this happened. We're gonna replace the sand, but it's gonna be too late. It's already gonna fall. So is the trap. I'm gonna have to take that trap up. Dang it. Let's do this. But yeah, it's definitely one of those things that that's the reason I started it. But now it's morphed into another reason, because I like sharing with you guys this journey, and the feedback has been so amazing. So I do greatly appreciate that, guys. Again, thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time.